Have you ever been so determined to make your dream work that you were willing to sleep on the floor of a factory, covered in grease, exhausted, while the world doubted you? Because sometimes the path to success isn't glamorous. It's sleepless nights, endless pressure, and sacrifices that most people would never dare to make. And that brings me to a quote that has inspired innovators and dreamers around the globe. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Steve Jobs. It sounds paradoxical at first, doesn't it? Stay hungry. Never settle. Never get too comfortable. Keep chasing more. Stay foolish. Be willing to take risks that others call crazy. Be bold enough to believe in ideas that no one else thinks are possible. In simple terms, this quote is a reminder that growth happens when you refuse to let comfort dull your hunger, and when you dare to do what others call foolish. So let me ask you this. What dream in your heart right now feels so big, so risky, that people around you might laugh if you shared it? And more importantly, are you hungry enough and foolish enough to chase it anyway? Let me tell you the story of a man who did exactly that. A man who risked everything, even his own health, to bring a dream to life. That man is Elon Musk. Let's rewind to 2017 and 2018, some of the darkest years in Tesla's history. Tesla was on the brink of collapse. The company had promised the world an affordable, mass-market electric car, the Tesla Model 3. It was supposed to change everything, to take electric cars from a niche luxury product into something millions could own. But behind the scenes, the production was a nightmare. Delays piled up. Cars weren't rolling off the line fast enough. Customers were frustrated. Investors were panicking. And the media? They had already written Tesla's obituary. Headlines screamed things like, "Tesla is doomed," and "Elon Musk is a fraud." The pressure was unbearable. Elon himself admitted later, Tesla was bleeding money like crazy. It was hell. So here's where it gets intense. Instead of retreating, instead of hiding behind a corporate office or passing the problem to someone else, Elon Musk moved into the Tesla factory, literally. He set up a sleeping bag on the floor next to the production line. No fancy office, no comfortable home bed, just the hard, cold ground. Why? Because he believed he couldn't ask his team to give more than he was willing to give himself. If they were staying late, he would stay later. If they were exhausted, he would share their exhaustion. Imagine this scene. It's 3 a.m. The factory lights hum. The smell of machine oil fills the air. Workers drag themselves through another shift, eyes red with fatigue. And there, right in the middle of it all, is Elon Musk, disheveled, grease on his hands, grabbing only a few minutes of rest before getting back to work. At one point, he admitted, "I was living in the factory, sleeping on the floor, because I didn't want to be anywhere else. I didn't want my team to think I was above it." That kind of leadership is rare, and it came at a cost. Elon described those years as some of the worst in his life, emotionally and physically draining. He said, "There were times when I didn't think we'd survive. I thought we were going to die." But here's the turning point. Through those endless nights, through that back-breaking grind, Tesla began to crawl out of chaos. Slowly, production stabilized. Cars rolled off the line. Customers began receiving their Model 3s. And against all odds, Tesla not only survived, it thrived. The Model 3 went on to become the best-selling electric vehicle in the world. Tesla's value skyrocketed. And Elon Musk? He went from being ridiculed as a reckless dreamer to becoming one of the richest, most influential innovators of our time. But it didn't happen because things were easy. It happened because he was willing to do what others thought was foolish. It happened because he stayed hungry. And that brings us back to you. Here's the reminder I want you to carry today. Courage is contagious. When Elon Musk slept on that factory floor, it wasn't just about him. It sent a message to every single person on his team. It said, if I'm willing to suffer with you, then together we can do this. That courage sparked something in others. His team pushed harder, believed stronger, and fought through the chaos because they saw their leader living it with them. And the same principle applies in your life. Your courage won't just change you, it will inspire the people around you. Think about it. When you take that risk, someone else finds the strength to take theirs. When you rise after a setback, someone learns they can rise too. When you dare to keep moving forward despite fear, you give silent permission for others to do the same. Courage is not just personal, it's powerful. It spreads. So what does this mean for you right now? Maybe you're facing your own Tesla factory moment. Maybe your dream feels like it's collapsing, like the odds are stacked against you, like you're one step away from failure. Here's the truth. That's the very moment that defines champions. Not when everything is easy, not when everything works perfectly, but when everything is falling apart and you refuse to give up. So let's bring this all together. We started with Steve Jobs' words, stay hungry, stay foolish. We saw how Elon Musk embodied that during Tesla's darkest days, hungry enough to never give up, foolish enough to risk everything for his vision. And we ended with this powerful reminder, courage is contagious. Now the question is, what about you? What dream are you hungry for? What risk are you willing to take that might look foolish to others? And most importantly, what act of courage can you take today that might inspire not just your own journey, but the journeys of those watching you? Because here's the secret. Your story isn't just about you. The courage you show, the risks you take, the persistence you live becomes a light for others who are lost in their own darkness. So take that step. Write that book. Start that business. Launch that idea. Stay hungry. Stay foolish. Stay courageous. And never forget, your story has the power to change the world.
Thank you for joining me today. If you found this message inspiring, consider following or subscribing for more uplifting content. Together, let's celebrate the journey of growth, one small step at a time.